earliest ages, and it doesn't get any more serious than Disney. And I'm sure many of the viewers of this have seen Magic Kingdom, a very good documentary by Little Light Studios. They've examined Disney very well. And just to give you a bit of review on this movie, Aladdin, listen to this statement from the song, A Whole New World. It says, "No one to tell us no or where to go." Now, if you think about that, no one to tell us no or where to go, you don't need to know another thing about this movie. Aladdin sings to Jasmine on this romantic magic carpet ride. We don't have a no here. We can do what we want. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, to quote Aleister Crowley. And by the way, he's of course taking her up to a high elevation while he's singing this. And upon this high elevation, he is singing, "I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid." Think of those words. I can show you the world, and it's splendid. Can you think of another individual who took somebody up to a high elevation, showed him the world in its splendor? Read Matthew 4. You've got Satan taking Jesus upon a high mountain, showed him the world in its splendor. And of course, he takes her above the clouds. Can you think of somebody else in the Bible who said, "I will ascend above the tops of the clouds"? In Isaiah 14, verse 14. That's exactly what Satan said in his heart. Lucifer said in his heart at the time of his fall. And just in case we are still naive and gullible enough to not notice this and to say, "Oh, come on, this is innocent. They're not going to be presenting any worldviews contrary to the Bible in Disney. I just couldn't believe it." Well, wink, wink, hint, hint. Aladdin says, "I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far." And then he says, I can't go back to where I used to be." A shooting star. I've come so far, I can't go back to where I used to be. Can you think of who that describes in the Bible? Who is likened unto a falling or shooting star? It says in Isaiah 14, verse 12, "O Lucifer, son of the morning, how have you fallen, O morning star?" And I can't go back to where I used to be. I've come so far. I've come too far. Of course, Satan has reached the point of his probation and has come so far that he can't go back to where he used to be. Now, here you also see, just in case we didn't get the picture in the first part of the song, the very end of the song, Aladdin swoops down with Jasmine, and plucks a fruit from the garden and sings to her, "I can open your eyes." Now, who in the Bible said your eyes will be opened, knowing good and evil? Of course, Satan in the Garden of Eden. It's almost as if the makers of this film found every reference to Satan in the Bible and said, let's find a way to include that in the song. There aren't actually that many references in the Bible to Satan. It's more of the Bible is about God's movement, but there will be these occasional references to Satan. And I think like the majority of them showed up in this song alone.